First poem that I'm going to read is called Furiously Happy. Furiously happy. Light bulb for new lamp. Fish at the market. Also amp and anglais. Rice, quinoa. The sense of loss that put me in my 12-year-old body. Not even 16 years old. Just 12. And listening to the adults. Praise her eye for things and her taste for decor. Embarrassed me to hear about her while I didn't want to remember. I had blanked it out, and the fact that she died embarrassed me because the adults didn't want me to think about her because it reminded them that she was gone. And now, at 85, I feel the freshness of being 12 and about to be born a man, and how fragile I was, embarrassed to be alone as a boy, about to be a man, so fresh and new, like spring, but it was autumn. Pick up the signal. So there I was in the airwaves, alone with the static and the muffled bad news. The poem is called I Ran Into Him. I ran into him at the airport. I hope you die a miserable death, you fat fascist fuck. I will, he said, but not before I take away all that was good for you and your loved ones, all of your freedom. Enough painting on the ice. Full of his dreams for painting, eyes for beauty, not tripped and twisting, Jim makes the picture work to make a picture. For sex, you thought, not for my soul, you thought. Finish the work, no reason to really understand the child's laughter. I'd torn the Matisse paintings from a book. It's important, certainly not needed, nothing, almost nothing together equals one picture. They stand alone. One work keeps tinkering with no more fairy romance, laughing. He couldn't stop laughing, make them each a picture, and nail them to the wall, over the bed. One work, the need to make a picture. He slipped on the ice, not for restless sleep. The glue. Glue, so my skin does not swell, and smart. Translation of the rational historian of childhood, or a childhood learned secondhand, the hope of walking free, a bridge of roses, their thorns never happiness. Goodbye to the joke, goodbye to the laugh. When was the culture created? Thin, I say, the bells of some forgotten church. I'm well. A beautiful day. Fierce dogs, old spirits, who are cats, sleeping with homeowners, strangers, who live next door, always stealing glances and frank words. The old dog, the cats sleep. Who buys houses? Boredom and nervous olive trees. My dog and my father, or my late father, dog. This poem's called Lorene Niedecker, the Wisconsin Great American poet. But it's only called that because I wanted to get her name into the poem because I love her work. Lorene Niedecker, free of enchantment, the white bowl eats the blossoms, a special red fruit, free milk and the comfort of childhood. Cancel the frequency, the taste of August and May after he shot the two longhorns, cut off their heads with a chainsaw, dug a deep hole, buried them for a year. When he dug them up, became a Western transient spirit, the joy of light these days without calm, this twilight at noon, Sunday, calm and brown, hard light, sun, a wave of the fingers, all violet, and famished slits of blue. The clouds move roses, caught by the wind. The olive tree blooms. Hot. Midwife, now a bystander to this disturbance. Midwife, shining less. Out there is more pigment on the angel's face, describing the Arcadian state. The midwife's in the box where there is a simple celebration of you on Washington Avenue, sitting in your St. Louis, getting hot. Your breasts burn. Your index fingers work their way back around the fluorescent corner of the last century. The ironworker in a worsted factory of burning coal. On this day you don't die. It's worth nothing. It's strange and nice, though. But then time is like that. The dentist. Certain things fall apart, and I pray that the movie will pay attention to my nuanced advice. Got any special thoughts that I could welcome? I figure you got your own idea about discomfort. Me, my body's been lobotomized. My emotions are sweet dreams themselves. I am dealing with complex leftover fish. Yum, yum, 4 yellowing blue eyes. We stop at the white world. Done. What a lovely memory. This poem is called The Steady Pace. By the time he reaches Times Square, I've watched his march for some 30 blocks. All the crosstown streets are blocked by one policeman holding the traffic still with their backs to the waiting cars. He began his march at 34th Street. I see him in the distance marching, just like Nelson Mandela, up the avenue, jumping and strutting in his Uncle Sam vaudeville hat and trousers, strutting and singing, "Goodbye, Broadway, hello, France," with gusto, and his Jimmy Cagney hands, fingers splayed out like a duck, ghost, and his legs lock-kneed, "Hello, France," jumping and shutting. "Goodbye, New York, Central Elite. Now for 8th Avenue, the old YMCA Sloan House. Penn Station, walking with an alive verve, the nearly dead author of The Will to Live in an informal way with his words, his extruded words, not pictures. And the last poem is called Like Mr. Matisse. Pierre and Jean and the other French people who crowd the metro at Odeon for a clear look at the medical school anatomy salon have noticed her and her lustrous black hair, her eyes dark brown, and the coal black circles under her laughter. The ice rings in her glass. As the piano plays, she dances, and I sing like Mr. Matisse. I am always gay and full of bright color. He is not just what the fascists want us to think, and the brown shirt from Harvard architecture, calm and easily made the drawings glide across the sheet. They do not. They are worked and erased, and lines are hated, not full of love, but hated and despised because unhappiness interrupted the glib flow. Mr. Matisse was for Clement Greenberg the perfect ambassador for his team of stainers. Better to have a look at the fielding of God and the wrenching failure of trying not to fail, the so-called perfect ambassador.